I'm Steve. This is the YouTube channel Workbench-Z. Today's adventure: the home office. This light fixture is going out and a ceiling fan's coming in. I have already checked the power is turned off. This is my least favorite part about going from a light fixture to a ceiling fan. The outlet box for the light fixture is just not strong and stable enough for it. So we've got to replace this. This is an original to the construction of the house. There's a nail here and a nail here holding it in. Well, there went the nail. Let's see if we can get this. There's the other nail. And, yep. Probably open a little flap there. No, that's not too bad. I can fix that. This is the ceiling box I'm going to use. It's got a very sturdy side and two screws to screw sideways into the floor joist above, and it is rock solid. This one's rated for 50 pounds and it comes with two screws. There is another screw hole down there. I'm going to make use of that. It's a 1.5 inch fine thread drywall screw. Those will pull this tight, and it's rigid enough to hold the ceiling fan up to 50 pounds, and I know the one I've got is not going to be 50 pounds. Okay, so it's going to mount this way. That's the nearest hole. So I have to start with getting the wires in here. Electricians that do new construction talk about service loops are unnecessary. Those of us who do handyman jobs and have to come back and redo stuff really wish there was a few inches of slack inside there. Okay, so this is the point of no return. The box needs, yeah, I gotta fix that. The box is supposed to be flush with the drywall. And just because I can, there's a spot for a third. Okay, it's flush on this side and it's kicked up a little bit on that side. Okay, so the hot is all curled up and I want a clean end, so I'm going to cut off these damaged ends for the hot and the common. And there's a guide on the back of the Wago for how much to strip from the end. Okay, so for the common, there we go. That's also going to be just a 2. One of these others. The hot has to be a 3-way because it's got to feed both the fan motor and the lights, since I don't have an extra switch top coming up here. This is the ceiling fan I'm going to be installing. I got it from a neighbor and saved it from a landfill. I want to do the same thing. I want to start with clean ends. All these wires. Okay, I stand corrected on the ground. The ceiling fan actually has 2 ground wires. So we're going to use a triple Wago. First up is the mounting bracket that hangs the ceiling fan. Make sure all my wires are off to the same side to make the connections easier. And I did add washers because this bracket, although it's made for a utility box, the slots are kind of big. Alright. Yep, that's solid. That's not going anywhere. The bracket has a little finger in the back, and the ball for the motor has a groove here to line them up so that it won't twist. Now all I need to do is get these wires through the side here where I've got the other wires. And why they put the ground on opposite sides. The ground for the bracket and the ground for the motor. So I got to do those last. Okay. I can do the common first. Okay, so the hots. The black coming from here is for the ceiling fan motor. The blue operates the light kit that hangs down here. And because I've only got one switch, they're all going to be combined. If I had two switches and two hots coming up here, one of them would have been for the fan separate from please tell me you're still connected. 1, 2. Yep, okay. Those are all good. And then silly grounds coming from opposite sides. Now that can tuck up in there as well. And where are my screws? There they are. Okay, I'm going to do the blades next. It's a little rubber cushion that goes under the blade just to reduce how much noise they might make. And then I'll get the cushion lined up with the hole. I think I got it. There we go. That's one. Let's see if these rubbers, if these cushions are enough to keep the screws in place. Maybe. Yes, that worked. All right, that's 2. Three. Where is your home? Last one. Okay, time to hook up the light kit. There's a notch in the rim that goes over here where the switch goes. Blue coming down from above is for the light kit, going to the light kit's black, and then white to white, common to common. Okay, now we gotta figure out how to get all this shoved back up in there. And 3 screws that are itty bitty. There we go. And that makes this last one much easier. Before I go any farther, I want to go ahead and test. That's for the fan, that's for the light. Okay. Lights off, lights on. Off. High, medium, low, lights off, fan reverse. There we go. Oh, actually, it was going reverse, now it's going forward. Good. Now I can put the globes on. This project was long overdue, but I'm glad I finally got to it. Till next time, I'm Steve for the YouTube channel Workbench-Z. Go have fun with your tools. Paint sensor. Polymerizing.